우리가 이런 댓글을 받은 적이 별로 없는데 진짜 디자인이 왜 이러냐? 히팅 펌프 왜 없냐?
아니 형 그거 아니야.
아니야 깜짝이야.
안녕하세요.
요하네스 부사장님 아니세요? 잠깐만, 한국말 할 수 있어요?
한국말 못해요.
정말 여러 가지로 물어보고 싶었는데 드디어 오셨네요. I have a lot of questions. Is it okay to you?
물론이지. No worries.
You say that answer everything, right? Which group do you like? Blackpink or Red Velvet?
Blackpink, clearly.
Really? My biggest question, what is the EQS?
I bought one EQS today, and I think we should both have a look and have a drive.
Together?
Of course. 가자. Let's go.
Really? 그럼 한번 가보시죠.
가자.
가자. 네, 안녕하세요. 모카 김한영입니다. 오늘 만나보는 차는 메르세데스-벤츠 EQS입니다. EQS 시승기 지난번에 나왔잖아요. 그런데 또 나오게 됐습니다. 왜냐면은 부사장님이 갑자기 등장하셨어요.
안녕하세요. 요하네스입니다.
안녕하세요.
Very excited to be here.
아, 세상에. 여기 어떻게 오셨어요?
차 타고 왔어요.
오늘 이렇게 나와주셨는데 어떤 일로 나오시게 되신 거예요?
Thank you for your invitation. I'm hearing you are one of the best automotive YouTubers in Korea, so we thought it's a good idea that I tell you a little bit about our EQS.
아, really? 아무튼 오늘 제가 몰랐던 거 있으면 좀 설명 좀 해주실 것 같고, 부사장님 계시지만 막말할 거예요. 제가 설문조사 올려봤더니 설문조사에서 1200명이 투표를 해줬는데 마음에 든다가 23%, 마음에 들지 않는다가 77%예요. 이거 어떻게 할 거예요?
Well, I can very much understand, and the design that we have here is actually for a specific reason. It's because to achieve the best aerodynamics in the world, and I'm going to explain you more later about it.
그러면 EQS 말고 S 클래스 자체를 전동화하는 계획은 없는 거예요?
In terms of our future direction, you know that we are moving to an electric-only company. As of 2025, you will see all of our new vehicle architectures becoming full electric vehicles. You can imagine that means from all segments, from compact to large size, we'll have full electric cars, yes.
2025년이면 너무 금방인데?
Going forward, even during this year, we will have the EQB, a family-sized SUV. We will see a performance luxury EQS 53. At the end of the year, we will see in the full-size segment the electric business sedan, the EQE. And then I think you have recently seen the announcement about the EQS SUV, etc. And then successively, year by year, we go forward and bring full electric vehicles in all the segments.
와, 세상에 그게 진짜 된다 그러면 어마어마하네요. 자, 지금 외관 봤을 때 느낌은 지나치게 미끈하다는 느낌이에요.
We have here with the EQS a real purpose design electric vehicle, and you'll see later. I think the electric range speaks for itself.
야, 그래요? 그런 자신감? 굉장히 슬릭하다는 거 맞고요. 트렁크 공간도 보면은 S 클래스면 트렁크가 뒤에 딱 있고 앞에 후드가 쫙 있고 이랬어야 되는데 지금 이거는 뒤에 트렁크가 이렇게 열리는데요? 고급차라고 할 수 있나요?
It's a luxury large sedan, and you see the trunk space. I think this makes this car also very unique. Especially for Korea, you have enough space for golf bags. So I think this huge space very much allows for customer convenience.
아, 역시 한국 소비자들 잘 아시네. 골프백 4개 딱 들어가면 얘기 끝나는 거죠. 미래에는 이런 디자인이 오히려 더 럭셔리로 가는 거 아닌가 싶기도 해요. 사실 짐 넣고 뺄 때 이렇게 해갖고 넣으면 이거 자체가 럭셔리해 보이진 않잖아. 그러니까 럭셔리 하려면 좀 편하게 짐 탁 넣고 그냥 편하게 탁 이렇게 꺼내서 가고 럭셔리한 경험을 주는 게 아닌가 그런 생각이 들기도 하네요. 외관은 뭐 볼만치 봤어요. 실내로 들어가서 실내에 대해서도 얘기하고 이 차에 대해서 좀 더 얘기를 나눠봐야 될 것 같아요. 자, 실내로 가시죠.
Thank you. 감사합니다. So first, I would like to ask you to activate your customer profile. So put your index finger here, please. Ah, there you are.
It wasn't magic.
No magic yet.
Really? There is the range. Wow, I think it has some out of order.
No, it's not out of order.
What is this number for?
That's the electric range.
Range?
At this moment, 693 kilometers. Hey, you know, in Europe,
Yes.
according to the European cycle, the EQS is certified with 780 kilometers
Really?
electric range.
Really?
That's true.
Korea standard maybe 470 something.
478, that's correct. This is according to the Korean cycle.
Yes.
And the certification, but as I just said, I think the real-life tests show that ranges beyond 600 kilometers are easily achievable in a Korean driving environment.
Really?
Yes. I would go to Busan with you, but since you're so busy, unfortunately we cannot. So where are we going now?
대단한 자신감인데요. 야, 세상에. 진짜 제가 바쁜 건 아닌데 사장님이 바쁘신 걸로 생각하고 네, 오늘은 좀 건너뛰도록 하겠습니다.
Alright. So where are we going?
미사리 조정 경기장 가야 돼요. 미사리.
Hold on. So let me help you with the destination.
Yes.
You see here our hyperscreen. If you have a nice passenger, he can help you with the 미사리.
아, 이게 진짜로 되긴 되네요. 야, 신기하다. 사장님이 여기서 찍어주고 나니까 헤드업 디스플레이도 나오고 여기도 나오고 이렇게 되네요. 많이 됐어.
When you approach a intersection, you get the camera picture of the intersection situation in order to support.
Actually, I see also HUD displayed same thing.
Yes. So this is what we call augmented reality navigation.
AR.
So it displays AR navigation. So it displays the arrows in the street to better navigate in driving situations like this.
실수할 수가 없겠네요. 내비게이션 있어도 항상 엉뚱한 데로 가는데 앞에서 막 이렇게 보여주니까 이게 엉뚱한 데로 갈 수가 없네요.
Especially in Seoul, I think.
That's right.
Very congested driving, a very complicated road situation. So I think it's a great asset for our customers.
그래요. 일단 바깥의 외관에 대해서는 조금 불만이 있는 것 같아요. 근데 인테리어에서는 이거를 아쉽다고 하는 사람은 못 본 것 같아요. 다들 인테리어는 되게 만족하는 것 같더라고요.
The interior design is obviously dominated by the hyperscreen, what we call a hyperscreen. It's a very new way of HMI, and it's very driver oriented, so feel like in a jet, right? Surrounded by the instruments, which supports a active driving style.
하이퍼 스크린 자체가 그냥 압도한다고 지금 말씀하시는데 그 맞는 말인 것 같아요. 아, 제가 진짜 여쭤보고 싶은 거 있었어요. Where are you from?
Actually, I'm from Germany.
제가 독일에서 온 분을 만나면 꼭 한번 여쭤보고 싶은 게 있었는데 왜 독일 자동차들은 통풍 시트를 그렇게 안 넣어주는 거예요?
Well, the German cars in Korea, our cars in Korea, most of them have ventilated seats, but it's true in Germany, this equipment is not so demanded by our customers as the climate is not so hot as it gets in Korea in the summers.
그렇구나. 독일이 한국보다 덜 덥구나.
Well, the summer is extremely hot in comparison to Germany. But that's true, yeah.
이제 좀 궁금증이 풀렸습니다. 아, 도대체 독일 사람들 왜 이걸 안 넣어주나 그랬는데 통풍 시트 한번 켜볼까? 훨씬 시원하네 그냥. 이 부분도 저는 이상했던 게 C클래스랑 똑같은 부품이잖아요. 이것도 지금 C클래스에서 똑같이 요번에 나왔던데 이게 똑같은 부품이 C클래스에 있으니까 이 차가 고급차가 맞나? 이런 생각이 드는 거죠.
Some of the components are similar in all Mercedes-Benz because we believe, let's say, regardless of the segment, all cars should have a luxurious appeal. In that sense, you have some components which are shared across the segments, and this is what we see here, for instance, in the door panel.
Interesting. This is 690.
Right.
It was 670 or something. We are moving here.
Right.
But after that, it is increased.
Yes, of course, because the driving range is projected based on your driving style. Also, the vehicle is recuperating while we drive, right? So obviously, you have a very good driving style at this moment, very efficient. So the driving range increases.
아, 세상에 믿어지지가 않네요. 아니 어떻게 또 늘어나지? 이게 맞나 싶은 정도인데 대단합니다. 뭔가 좀 놀라워요. 말씀하신 거나 실제로 주행해봤을 때 우리나라에서 가장 멀리 가는 자동차인 것 같은데 배터리가 어마어마하게 큰 게 실려 있어서 그런 거겠죠?
Battery is obviously one part. We have a 107.8 kilowatt hour battery, and that's very important. We have a very efficient vehicle, and now we are coming to the exterior design again. Why do we have this sleek design? It's because the air is flowing around the vehicle, which allows for great efficiency of the car, and all of these components lead to an electric range as we see it right now.
Not just battery, and also aerodynamics, and
Yes.
also motor or some of the components are working together.
working together. And in terms of aerodynamics, we have a drag coefficient of only 0.2.
0.2?
So it's the world's most aerodynamic vehicle, and this allows for these impressive ranges.
와, 배터리가 근데 크면은 코발트라든지 이런 것들도 많이 사용하게 될 것 같은데.
That's a very good question. So for the EQS, we also have an entirely new battery, and our engineers were able to reduce the cobalt share to only 10%. So that was very important for us, also in the aspect of sustainability, where the use of as little as possible rare earth materials as well as recyclability plays a very important factor.
크면 사실 되게 좋은데 근데 굉장히 걱정되는 거는 크면 클수록 일단 비싸잖아. 미래에 언젠가는 이거 배터리를 교체해야 될 수도 있는데 그럼 교체할 때 그럼 결국에 비싼 돈 나오는 거 아니에요?
Oh, don't worry about the battery. We have a battery warranty for 10 years or 250,000 kilometers.
Really?
So whatever comes first, so please don't worry about the battery.
10년에 25만 킬로. 오, 대단한데요.
물론이지.
크루즈 컨트롤 한번 세팅해 볼까요? 210km까지 세팅이 돼요.
It's a German car.
예. 신기한데? 아니 685km라는 이 숫자가 너무 커서 이게 부산을 갔다가 돌아올 수 있는 한 반쯤 돌아올 수 있는 정도의 거리라서 운전도 지금 차가 다 알아서 해주고 있고 운전을 게다가 꽤 잘해줘요. 아 맞아, 지난번에 제가 이 자리에 또 왔을 때 앞에 매연을 뿜는 차가 딱 있었는데 그 매연 뿜는 차 냄새가 하나도 안 나더라고요. 이 차 안에 딱 들어오면 공기 질 자체가 다른 느낌이었어요.
This vehicle has a HEPA filter in front of the car below the hood, and actually we are the first manufacturer that is getting OTI certification also for filtering bacteria and viruses, and the absorption area of this HEPA filter accounts for 150 soccer fields and leads to the great quality of interior air. So you have obviously the exterior air, and then you have the interior air.
Exterior air
yes,
and
interior air.
Wow,
and you see the difference. I mean, today is a pretty good day in terms of air quality.
And 그리고 실내 방향도 되네요.
That gives me the opportunity to also talk about the energizing comfort. So what you just experienced with the assistance systems, what you experience with the quality of the interior air, it's all about the well-being. Because it's actually not just driving, it's more healing, I would say. So let's have a look. Let's say the entire feeling.
Massage seat is just activating.
All of that hopefully gives a good feeling to the driver and to the passengers.
To the home and shouting all day, and he come back to his car and he just come down with his dysfunction.
Right.
왜 EQS에는 히트 펌프가 없냐고.
In the industry, heat pumps are used for increasing efficiency of electric cars, right? Especially in winter driving conditions. But I think now if I look at the electric range, we are at 679 kilometers electric range now. And this vehicle setup is able to achieve the highest degree of energy efficiency even without a heat pump.
780km. 와, 한국에서는 400km 남짓인데 한국 정부에 대해서 뭐 하실 말씀 없으세요?
I think every country or region has its driving cycles. I think what we see is in Korea the driving cycle is quite strict, so in favor of the customer to not exaggerate electric ranges. So in that sense we accept that. More important is real life driving range, and our tests and your tests show that the actual driving range goes much beyond the certified range, again between 600 and 700 kilometers, even in cold weather conditions.
진짜 자신감 넘치시는데 저희가 나중에 이 차 가지고 한번 부산 갈 건데 600km 못 가기만 해봐라. 그때 가서 사장님이 물어내셔야 돼요.
Alright, we'll do. Alright, we'll do.
이게 어댑티브 크루즈가 완전 좋거든요. 이 정도면은 정말 완전 자신감이 확 넘치는 그런 어댑티브 크루즈긴 한데 이게 지금 레벨 2예요?
You could say the driving assistance systems in this vehicle are kind of a level 2.5. We are working very intensively with the headquarter on level 3 driving assistance systems. At this moment, there's a bit way to go, but of course we are looking forward to introduce this also in the Korean market. You might have read that in Germany we got, as the first manufacturer in the world, a system approval for highly automated driving on German highways. So you see that in Germany already during this year.
아, 레벨 3가 된다고요? 세상에. 지금 이 정도면 굉장히 좋다고 생각되는데 레벨 3면 손을 안 잡고 이렇게 이러고 자도 되는 거예요?
The driver could take the hands away. Obviously, in case of situations, must be able to go back to driving operation.
아, 영상으로 봤어요. 여기서 막 게임하면서 운전하시더라고.
Well, you can use obviously the entertainment functions, of course, and this is also what we are preparing for. To enlarge also the offering of entertainment functions in the vehicle.
아니 그걸 한국에 갖고 온다는 거예요? 한국에서 된다고 진짜로?
Well, in the future it will be. I cannot give you anything on the timing now, so we are working on that. Obviously it depends on the industry as well as the government approval for these kind of things. So we are preparing obviously the level 3 automated driving to be introduced in the future.
아, 이건 너무 잘 돼 있는데? 이게 T맵에서도 이건 안 되는데 충전이 얼마나 되고 있는지 이런 것도 다 보여주거든요. 이 정도로 잘 보여주는 자동차는 처음 본 것 같아요. T맵 아시나요?
I know T-Map, yes, of course.
아, 진짜?
Of course. We call it EQ optimized navigation. One part of the car is obviously the electric range, which has to be sufficient. The other part has to be a very easy charging experience for the customers. And for that, it's very nicely integrated to search for chargers, and you have all the information, whether it is DC charger, AC charger, address information, and the charging rate.
저 컨셉트카 봤었는데 아바타, right? 아바타잖아요.
Yes, yes.
아바타 2가 이번에 나오잖아요. 혹시 아세요?
Yes, I know that, and what I can say is you should be excited and look forward to this movie. And we, as you know, we did a cooperation with James Cameron here for this vehicle, and stay tuned for when the movie comes out.
영화에 혹시 갑자기 벤츠차가 나오는 거 아니야?
I cannot talk about the detail at this
Yes.
moment. I can only say I'm very excited.
아, really?
Well, Avatar has as a theme a future world, right? And how we live in that future world. And this has a relation to our Ambition 2039, where we say we as Mercedes-Benz want to provide a carbon neutral new car fleet and be a sustainable and responsible corporate citizen on this planet. So in that sense, there's a link between Mercedes and this Avatar.
아, 그래요. 뭐 아바타 저 차가 나오진 않겠지만 말씀한 거 보니까 아, 그러면 얼마 전에 EQXX 봤잖아요. EQXX가 1000km를 간다 그래서 사람들이 정말 깜짝 놀라기도 했는데 그거 진짜 되는 겁니까?
It just has been realized. As you have seen in the media, the EQXX went from Stuttgart to Nizza, so more than 1,000 kilometers on a single charge.
그렇게 좋은 조건이 아니었을 텐데 산이니까 산을 1000km 달린다는 거는 일반 평지를 달리는 것보다 힘들었을 거 아니에요?
Right, well, the driving condition was real life, right? You have flat areas, you have light mountains. When you go from Germany to the southern France to Nizza, I think, yeah, so real life driving conditions.
그런데도 1000km가 넘었다니까 진짜 엄청난 것 같아요. 근데 그 차가 대단한 건 알겠는데 그게 프로덕션 카로 이어질 가능성이 있어요?
We see it rather as a testing of new technologies. So new battery technology, aerodynamics, so all the technologies that are required to increase range and have highly efficient vehicles. So the technology you see in this vehicle will go to all of our vehicle car projects, and we'll learn from that in order to achieve the highest range.
아, 그러면 진짜 벤츠 차들은 나중에 1000km를 갈 수 있게 된다는 거예요?
Well, in the future there will be cars like that, but of course it depends on the vehicle, the segment. Obviously we want to find the good balance between performance. In that sense, the entire portfolio will have different characteristics, from a car like the EQS with very, very high range to performance luxury, full electric AMG vehicles, where obviously the focus is towards performance.
I'm really concerned about this car. Lower parts be damaged or some
Scratches.
small, some scratches. How can we do?
This vehicle has airmatic, so let's raise it up.
Yes, yes. 아, this is very smart. 이 차가 이 위치를 기억하네요. 이게 주차장 같은 데 들어갈 때 맨날 긁히는 데 있잖아요. 거기서 차를 올리면 그러면 그걸 기억하고 있다가 그 자리에만 오면 이 차를 자동으로 올려준다는 얘기죠. 야, 훌륭합니다. 아, 똑똑한 기능이네요. 여기서 넷플릭스 같은 거 되면 좋을 것 같아요. 언젠간 이거 넷플릭스도 볼 수 있게 되나요?
Well, I cannot talk about the specific provider, but we are working right now with our local R&D department in Korea on a video streaming service.
Oh, really?
And I will inform you in due course when this is available.
나 숨겨진 거 하나 찾았어요. 여기 지금 보면 잘 보면 카메라 같은 게 하나 있어.
Yes, there is. It's because passenger screen doesn't have dynamic content. So at this moment, due to regulation, we cannot show videos and so on and so forth. One technology to avoid driver distraction is to that the camera sees your eyes, and once you direct your face to the passenger screen, it will turn off. But this is not in the car yet, but this can be a technology for the future.
흥미로운 날이었습니다. 시승한다는데 사장님이 뛰어나와 사장님이 오셔서 갑자기 시승을 도와주신다고 해서 깜짝 놀랐고 정말 고맙게 시승하게 됐습니다. 자, 어쨌든 오늘 시승 아주 특이했는데 여러분들 어떻게 마음에 드셨는지 모르겠어요. 마음에 드셨으면 다음번에 시승할 때마다 사장님 좀 불러야 될 것 같아. 저 사장님 또 나오실 거죠?
Yes, sure, I'll come again. It depends a bit on your reviews, but no, it has been a lot of fun. 감사합니다.
아, 감사합니다. 네, 지금까지 저는 모카 기반이었습니다.
Mercedes-Benz Korea, 요하네스 Eqs입니다.
감사합니다. 네, 리뷰 진짜 열심히 찍을 테니까 차 한 대만 주시면 안 돼요?
You can drive our cars, of course. Yeah. The next one, which is new, we'll give to you. No worries.
얼마나 하게 해주신 거지? 아, 기대됩니다.